And that's the thing people got to understand. One image that you might see of a kid in Somalia is not all of Africa. It's just not. I can tell you this. There are some people living better here than in the United States, and that's a fact.
Hi guys, welcome to Uganda. Now, if you are new here, please do subscribe and like this video. Now, on today's episode, we have a special guest. He flew in all the way from what, Mexico?
Mexico.
Let's give you an applause for that because
Thank you.
you're welcome. Welcome to the motherland.
Yes, it feels so good to be. I keep saying I feel so good to be back because I've never been, but I feel like I've been. It's hard to explain.
It's because you know the roots here. You're connected to the ancestors. That's why you'll forever be back to the motherland. Okay.
Yes,
now, can you tell our viewers who you are and what you do?
Yeah. So my name is Jay. I do YouTube videos. I'm a travel vlogger in a sense, but that's primarily what I do. I encourage people to get your passport and leave the matrix and, see what else is out there in the world, because I feel like we are put in a position where we kind of have to live in this bubble, in this way of life that's like, it has to be like this. And I beg to differ.
Okay. Stand out. Don't be like the rest.
Yeah, but also, take opportunities, because it's like trying to play it safe. How fulfilling is that? You know what I mean?
Now, do tell the people, are you relocating permanently to Africa?
That is the plan, to live permanently in Africa and on the continent.
Yeah.
I've been I haven't been to every country. I've been to Mexico and I've been to Colombia.
Yeah.
But living there and then living here, I feel like if I did just fine there, I can do just fine here. And here has everything that I need, and I'm with my people.
Okay.
That's the biggest difference.
You know.
They
know, we know, and everyone knows. Right. Now, that's nice. This is your first time on the continent, right? In Uganda, but like the first time in Africa, in Uganda, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's talk about this. There's a recent, some call it a trend that has been going on. There's so many, African Americans who move from where they are and they want to relocate to the motherland. They want to relocate to Africa. Is that what you're going for?
Yeah. I always knew I was going to Africa long term, because I've always been someone that wanted to be a part of, my people.
Yeah.
Even though I went to Mexico because that was the easiest choice, that was the easiest option for me. But as soon as I decided that I was going to live out of the United States, ultimately the goal was to come to Africa.
Okay.
But it's easier said than done.
Yeah.
Because not just the plane ride, but like coming here and not knowing anybody, it's kind of hard to just jump right back. Whereas if you go to Mexico, you can literally be back in the U.S. within an hour.
Oh, okay.
But coming here is like, it's kind of like,
that's it. You can
I mean, you can go back, but it's like Africa is not a place where you just jump back and forth and back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you said it's not easy to just come here and do what you're doing. What are some of the challenges you faced as an African American trying to relocate to Africa?
Well, when I say it's not easy to come here, I mean, it is, you get your visa, you pick the country you want to go to in Africa, right? Stuff like that. So I don't want to say it's not easy, but I mean, mentally, it's a little tougher because, the image that's painted about Africa and the States and the Estados Unidos, that's how they say it in Espanol.
Yeah.
How would you say that in Uganda?
The what?
United States.
The United States.
Yeah, in Uganda? Okay.
Oh, maybe say Bungeleza.
Say Bungeleza.
To mean abroad.
Oh, to be abroad. Say Bungeleza. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm learning Luganda, y'all, by the way. I'm going to get a little bit good.
Yeah.
She going to help me, right?
Yeah.
But, no, so just coming here, it can be a little more difficult, but I think ultimately it's worth it. But I think some of the challenges you're going to face, you have to prepare your mind, because in the United States, the image that they paint about Africa is always some boy with a fly on his face. It's just how it goes.
An African kid starving and asking for water.
Asking for water when literally it's running water here, it sinks. People got refrigerators and it's everything you need here, right? And also, or they'll show you like military violence. Like they'll talk about, oh, these leaders and these brutal dictators, and that still does exist, but it's not everywhere.
Yeah.
And that's the thing people got to understand. One image that you might see of a kid in Somalia is not all of Africa. It's just not.
Thank you for that.
But I mean, people are so ignorant to the fact that, I can tell you this, there are some people living better here than in the United States, and that's a fact. There are some people who live better lives here than in the U.S. So don't just think that the U.S. is just streets paved with gold. It's not. Trust me.
We're talking about, we were having a conversation with you and Kim and all the guys, and we're speaking how the rate of homelessness, if you compare it to Africa and America, it's quite high the other side than it is in Africa.
Yes, especially in places like Los Angeles and Baltimore, where I'm from. Shout out Baltimore 410. It is rough for a lot of people. A lot of people don't have much of anything, and it always blows my mind because you might hear people from different countries. Some Hispanic people who want to go to the U.S., some African people, and it's like, okay, you can go, and yes, there may be some more modern amenities like washer and dryer is pretty common in the United States, but I would say, understand you're going to have to make way more money to be comfortable. I don't see the point in traveling across the Atlantic Ocean just to live a tiny bit better life, like just slightly above better. Because if you don't have any skills, one, getting your work visa in the U.S. is a nightmare. H-1B, I think it is. So getting that is not easy. And if you don't have any skills, or you want to come and work fast food, like you better off staying where you are, honestly. So
yeah, I keep telling people there's a lot of potential in this country. Now, speaking of potential in Uganda, why did you decide? What was that thing that is in Uganda that made you decide, hey, you know what? I'm going to stick to Uganda and I'm going to relocate to Uganda.
Yeah, so there's one thing to know you want to move to Africa, right? That's one thing. But then to know which country, because you got 54 countries, right? And what's the most popular country people probably think of? South Africa, right? It's just more well known, or maybe Egypt. Yeah. But like when people say they want to move, and now Ghana, because of the year of return, what they did in 2019. So now a lot of people know about Ghana. But back in the day, I can remember growing up, when you think of Africa, you either think of Egypt and the pyramids, or South Africa. And it's like you have all of these different countries along the coastlines. Like, I'm glad Tanzania now is starting to get more recognition, because like it's a beautiful country and people just don't know about it. But that's why you have YouTube to spread the word, right? But the reason I picked Uganda is very simple, because I know people here. I know I have a community that I can already get in, and we kind of have the same mission. Like, knowing O'Shea for probably like 4 or 5 years now, and having a group of people here, I'm like, it would just make more sense to come here and work with the people that I already know. And then meeting you guys and meeting the team, it made more sense, as opposed to if I didn't know anybody. Like when I went to Mexico, I didn't know a soul, but I met a lot of nice Mexicans there. But if I would have not known anybody, I probably would have picked somewhere like Ghana or the Gambia, where I already saw other people there. If I'm an American, this is why I'm about to get y'all subscribe, because I'm about to get these Uganda videos popping, so y'all can see that it's going on out here, right? Yeah. Because if I'm an American and I know I want to go to Africa, I know I want to be in Africa with my African brothers and sisters, I still want to make sure it's a place that's safe, that has some type of style of living that I'm used to, and that, I can enjoy myself, because you don't want to come and live in a worse environment and then it's not safe, and then it's just like you're really going to be miserable, and it's going to put a stain in your mouth or in your mind about Africa, when that's not all Africa.
True. True. That's lovely. That's a lot of information. I hope they all got it out there. Now, what do you say to the naysayers who say that the African Americans who come to Africa or who plan to relocate to Africa are relocating because they cannot succeed in America? It's like they're trying to put this thing out there that it's only the losers that come to relocate. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Let's talk about
The elephant. So
Yeah.
it's very interesting. If you look at some data that's released by the State Department every year, it shows the number of Americans who renounce their U.S. citizenship. What that means is that they give up their U.S. passport and their right but they give up their right to be a U.S. citizen, primarily for tax purposes.
Oh.
Tax purposes or oppression, but primarily for tax purposes. This is why if you have back taxes, you cannot give up your U.S. citizenship, right? Now, ask yourself this question. The people who are leaving the U.S., right? I'm going to get to the Africa part.
Yeah.
But the people who are leaving the U.S. for tax purposes, if you can afford to live outside of the U.S., if you can afford to leave the U.S., obviously you have to have some kind of money.
Yeah.
If you do want to get away from the strong arm of the IRS, then obviously that means that you have some kind of money. People on minimum wage in the United States, which is like what, $7 in some places and $10 in some places, they're not leaving the United States. They're not worried about the IRS. They're getting money back from the IRS. It's the people who are successful business people, successful business owners who want to leave the United States and do something different and get away from having all of their money gobbled up by taxes. You know, in California, and once you reach the top income bracket, for every dollar you make, you're really only getting like, I think 40 or 50 cents. So think about that. You earn $1, but you really only get 50 cents. So a lot of people say, no, I don't want to deal with that. Now, tying that into Africa, yes, there are a lot of, in the black community, they call them dusties. So there are a lot of dusty people that come to Africa. You know, some people might see me as a dusty. I don't really care. But the thing is, a lot of those people who do renounce their citizenship are not just white. They are black, and they do move to Africa. So while you do have some people who come and struggle and just like, well, I don't have anything. I don't have any skills to offer. I can't do anything for anyone. Like at the end of the day, I have skills that I can offer. So even if I didn't do YouTube, I still have, you know, videography skills, photography skills, technical background. I have a college degree, right? So I know I have skills that I can offer. And plus I still have access to the US job market because I'm still a citizen. But yeah, I think there is some merit to that, because we do see some people who just come and, you know, just don't really seem to have a plan, but they think maybe YouTube is going to work. And YouTube can work, but it takes time. I've been on YouTube since February 2018, and it takes time. YouTube is not easy. So if that's your plan, yeah, it's probably not going to work. But if your plan is to come and get into the local economy, or, you know, get a message out back to people in the States, I think it could work. It just depends.
Yeah. Okay, that's lovely. That's lovely. Now to the naysayers out there, I hope you got what he's saying. We also have a portion of some people who move to Africa for the ladies. What did you say about that?
That is the case. See, this is what they ain't gonna talk about when travel communities, right? We just gonna tell the truth and shame the devil. You ever seen you ever seen Django?
No.
Dang. I'm gonna put you on some good movies. There's a movie called Django.
Okay.
And it's this scene with Leonardo DiCaprio, and they're trying to get Jamie Foxx's Django's wife, played by I think Carrie. I can't remember all these actors' names.
Okay.
But anyway, there's this scene where, you know, they're about to get the wife, and they're pretty much trying to finesse Leonardo DiCaprio, who's the slave owner. And then he gets up and he says, "Hey, lay your hands flat on that tabletop. If you move your hands, such and such is going to shoot you."
Yeah.
He's like, there have been a lot of lies told at this dinner table here tonight.
Oh, okay.
It's a really good scene. I say all that to say, there have been a lot of lies told in the travel community about why people go and travel, men specifically. I'm a man. You can't lie to me. Men like women. There's nothing wrong with that. It's natural. But men make a lot of their travel decisions based on women. Yeah. I've talked to guys, and it's just like, I remember a guy living in Medellin. I was in Medellin for a little bit. I remember talking to him, and it's like, and I'm like, all this stuff you're complaining about, why are you still here? The women hot. What? I'm like, it's not worth me being miserable in a place that has violence and I'm not comfortable just because it's hot women. To me, like, I'm good. It's beautiful women all over the world. So, but the guys traveling for women, I mean, live your life. Yeah. I don't think people should be judged for that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But we're not going to pretend like that's not why they doing it either.
Yeah. Do you have hopes of getting an African queen?
Queen, what is no? What does that even mean?
A queen.
What is it? Well,
An
queen.
African lady, okay. I don't know why you and Kim don't like the word Kim, but do you have
Because
hopes?
it's overused.
Okay, do you have
queen.
hopes of getting an African woman?
I'm not even open to that right now.
Oh, okay.
It's a lot of beauty. This is one thing. African, when I got over here, like I was telling you earlier, the women are just very soft spoken. And I don't know what it is, but it's
Except
like
a few.
coming from the United States where a lot of the women, they go, I'm gonna let you know about yourself. I'm gonna tell you, you need to understand what I'm. And then here it's like, hello. I like, did you say something? Like I was at the mall today and yesterday talking to the lady about getting a SIM card and stuff for the thing. And she's like, she was talking about, I was like, what do I need to do to get the SIM card? And she's like, I'm like,
That's just a bad saleswoman.
No,
That's how you not audible enough for your customer.
The waitress is like that. It's like the women are very soft spoken.
Yeah.
There's a lot of femininity, but it's just like they're afraid to talk. So it's like, I don't know if I wouldn't even want to be with someone who can't even express their opinion. Like it's a little weird, but the women are beautiful, especially in Uganda.
Yeah.
Women are very beautiful.
Okay.
Very.
Moving away from that, what is your advice to anyone thinking about relocating to Africa? You know.
Yeah, if you want to relocate to Africa, just do as much research as possible. Like this is not something I planned just on a whim.
Yeah.
And it helps to know people. Like if you're coming to Uganda, you can watch some of my videos and, you know, I can probably give you some information as I learn. Like I said, I just got here, so I'm learning. But as I learn, I will just pass it on. So reach out to people if you can, send an email. But at the end of the day, do your research and just keep in mind that this is the thing. You don't have to, just because you leave and it doesn't work out, you can always come back. The continent is literally not going anywhere.
Yeah, Osha has come 7 times.
Yeah, like you don't have to, because I kind of do travel vlogging. I don't have I just have family back in the United States.
Yeah.
So because I kind of do travel vlogging, it makes sense for me to be here. But if you're someone and maybe your source of income is tied to the US, like there's a lot of guys who do trucking. So maybe they do trucking and then they want to go and do trucking in the US and make a couple money, then maybe take 6 months off and live in Africa. So just because you come and maybe it doesn't work out, you can always go back. You don't have to just be like, oh, I'm stuck here. And no, you can always go back.
Yeah. Speaking of knowing people, you can also contact me. I offer consulting services.
I don't know some of these guys. You might want to reconsider.
At a certain fee, I can help you.
Yeah, because they're not going to be asking about traveling.
Smoothly. I'm sure that business people out there who
are
serious about what they want to do.
People,
so if you are serious, you can also contact me for consulting services and I can help you transition. I know people. I'm the person. Okay, I'm the plug.
She's the plug.
Yeah. Anyway, what are your expectations? You know, we're wrapping this up. Expectations.
I don't have any expectations.
Oh, really?
No.
People come here expecting a lot.
No, see,
expecting to see some elephants on the road.
The thing is, people come expecting a lot with expectations because they're not traveled. If you've ever been anywhere outside of the Matrix, which is the United States, and you know to drop all expectations. If you come in here thinking it's going to be like the US, I don't know what's wrong with you. You clearly haven't done research. It's not like that.
Yeah.
You're not going to just come here and think that everything is just going to be exactly like it is home, like emergency services, you know, like just doctor, medical care, like the important stuff. It's not the same. So you gotta do your research. You gotta just understand that it's not just something that you do on a whim. Like that's what I'm saying. You can do Mexico on a whim. You could do Colombia on a whim. Even Brazil, you can do on a whim. Africa, you can't do it on a whim. You gotta actually plan things out. But as far as expectations, this is what I've learned. People are people, and there's good people and there's bad people. That's just how it is. There's people with good intentions and bad intentions, and some people you can't tell. They put a smile on their face, but they're really like just
have other intentions.
Satan incarnate, right?
Oh God.
Yeah, I met people like that. Very phony.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just like, smiles and grins, and then it's just like, nope, piece of dirt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's too bad. Anyway, can you tell the people where they can find you? You know, just clarify.
Yes, subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's where I'll be. SPK Lifestyle. I'll be making videos. And if you got video requests, let me know. Put them in the comments, and if it's something that's worth making, I'll make it for you.
All right, SPK, thank you so much. Now, like he mentioned, you can scroll down and then go to the first comment pinned, and you find out all the details about where you can find SPK. Now, guys, thank you so much for watching. It's always a pleasure, you know, coming to talk to different people, learning so much, because every time I'm on here, I always learn something new. I hope that you learned something new. Now, do like this video, subscribe once again, and follow us on our social media pages: Kengana Nation Instagram, Kengana Nation Facebook, Kengana Nation Twitter. I am your host, Janita. Till next time.